Doing a little cross posting again here. See if we can fill out a few more people. Mostly in the Michigan groups. The national Slash group. These are Traxxas base rates. Alright. Let's see. Oh, that one's got to get approved. And that one. Just one more here I should be able to find. The 9891. That's that. Let's see if we can find her here. There we go. I got on this right here. We'll put it up in there too. All right, let's kill that nasty thing. I'm trying to quit those bastards. One of the nastiest things I've ever started doing was smoking cigarettes. Let's see, we got a whole bunch of nobody here, which is bad. Where are my glasses? Head in the other room. Trying to find my eyeballs. So I need to see. All right. All right here. Not there now. What did I do with them? Well, what in the dog? Well, Alright, I can see now. That took a minute. Sorry about that delay. Woohoo! Alright, so the last time I was working on this thing, got a couple of my wrenches here. Allen's, that's the other ones. Didn't have quite enough screws. Found a couple others and then picked up a couple others I think I need. But last time I was in here, these bottom ones, one of them was shorter. I already found a longer one and swapped it, but I do have to put a little bit of Loctite on them yet. So we're going to start there and get this part done. Just got little 3x6 millimeters. Little button heads for this. The nice thing is that will be nice and small. Take a look, make sure. I have one more of the that one actually right there is the longer one too. A little longer than the other one I got there. Yeah, those are the same length right there. Okay, that one go in there. Sure, that's the only ones. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the slightly shorter ones in there. And that one, I don't think that's any longer than those two. That's a little shorter than that one. Okay. Those two will work. Just a dab of to sink in a tad. Grab myself a Kleenex and kind of keep the stuff on the threads only and off the other stuff. I don't think it on plastic. If you were to get on plastic and ended up getting some of the thread locker because you're putting a bolt into a metal piece, that thread locker will soften that plastic. I don't believe it has any issue here on carbon fiber, but I'm going to wipe the excess away just to make sure it doesn't. These in here. Now another thing is these little button screws down here should give a little bumper area, you know, hitting the heads of the screws as opposed to the bumper itself or the bottom, stopping some of the scratching. Might even be a good idea to use a couple of cap head screws in there and mount that in there. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Next thing I got to do is I think that's what this is here. That's what my bell crank slides into on this rig, I believe. Pretty positive. These go into this. I've already done all the ceramic bearings and everything. So we will those suckers in there tight. I don't want to use a weak end. I want to get a nice snug end in there. How's that one? This one would be really a nice tight one on this side. It's not bad. These two off. I think I should be able to do this by removing these two down here. Feel that. Sometimes things are a little funky. Should have made them that. Dang, those things are tight. Find a better wrench here. Because that's going to be a pain in the tookie. I think these are a little whacked out too. Yes. Having issues here. Oh, come out. I may have to do this the other way. Oops, sorry, honey. Got my cat behind me. Didn't want to sit at her. Got these suckers in here tight. Not liking that. It's too soft. That was too big. Alright, where are those other ones? These are pretty much fairly new or new Allen wrenches. I think that was too big, you know. New or fairly new Allen wrenches for most of these. Okay, we'll go ahead and tighten this one back up gently. That one's snugged up for now. That one's still messed up, so that should be alright. Go ahead and slide this top plate right off. There. Thing here. Okay, now what we're going to do to help ensure everything stays well, slide these back up. And that's got to come up. Both of those got to come up. So these bearings on here. I get a couple shims below it, so I want to make sure everything's smooth. Okay, so slide those down. Take out our 5mm shims. Grab 2. Should be more, just enough to do what I need it to do. One on this side. I'm doing is running a 5mm shim on the steering post. And then our 2 bearings, and this will keep them from bottoming out. That'll give just enough of a spin. And yeah, these are little ceramics. In this tarp, I'm getting ceramics everywhere. Everything's got a ceramic bearing in it. Transmission too. Now, if I go with a different transmission than the Proline 32 I have, then I will need to adjust. I've got another thing of these around here too. It still has some in there. 2 more. You can get like 15 or maybe 20 in the package. Oh, it's hard to see. Got the greatest light in here. Turn on my other light. Now, 1 on each side there. Now, our little top piece. That's a little better. That keeps that way. It can be nice and tight. That's going to smooth super easy. Okay. So these go in here. We need our 2 little spacers. This little spacer on this side. Those go in there. In here. Super smooth. Now these 2 will go back in the top. And I'm not going to use any Loctite on these because these may have to come in and out a few times. So I'm just going to slide them in and tighten things up, and then, you know, every race you just got to watch your bolts and give them a little snug. Make sure everything's good and tight and nothing's loose. Okay. It's tight. Extra finger snug. That one's toasty a little bit. Hopefully I can get that one out easier at a different time. It won't be that big of a deal. Now, so there's our steering. Well, that's smooth. Just like it should be. Put that bag. Get it over here, take it up space. Now, what I need to find is the tops, I believe. And these are the bottoms. I might need to cut these off because it's all I could find at the local hardware store. Or these 12s, 16mm. They're gonna be way too long. So I can cut off about 10mm, but I gotta make sure that these are gonna be the right threads. Yep, okay. So that's good. So what I need to do now is cut these things off. I'm going to take a nut and slide a nut on there. Yeah, I think I'll take the one out of RPM Tranny. Sorry, I'm sitting on your Tootsie Zero Kid. I'll take two of them out, actually. And thread these nuts on here. And that's where I'll cut them off at. Now I do have stainless steel bolts this length, but I'm a firm believer you do not use stainless steel bolts with aluminum threads or aluminum bolts in a stainless steel piece. The aluminum and stainless steel will gnaw together and mess up your threads, and you'll be trashing stuff. So make sure that looks okay. Just kind of getting an idea of height. Cut them off a little past that thread. Arr, arr. I got an attack cat hiding behind me. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Ow. You little shit. Oh. Arr. Now let's see here. Yeah, this is my fire. There's one. Oh, a little warm, I'm sure, for the moment. So one and two more to go. And where are my other two? These things are crazy. They're like $1.25 or something like that at Lowe's for just 3 button head black oxide, 12-9 hardened bolts. It's just crazy what they're getting for these damn things. Stupid money. Stupid money for a couple little bolts. So I've got a couple in my cart because I'm going to need more. It's always good to have spares. 1, 2. Go ahead and grab them because they're probably going to be warm too. Cut number 2. That made her jump down. She wasn't fond of those sparks. Okay. Number 2. Yeah, 1 more to go. Both are too long for what I need. Okay. Give this one a cut. Touch on the edges. Little bump. Okay, that should do it. Yeah, that one might be a little longer than I need. I might want to shorten that one up a smidge. Go ahead and turn this off. All right. That one. Smidge longer, that's right. I'll leave it a smidge longer and I'll just put it in the center. So, goes there, that, and that can go back, and that. These can go back over here. Here out my way. Okay, now flip you up to loop. Now these should go back over here. A little snuggy, but they slide right together. Now, that'll work out fine. So I'll take my, there it is, Loctite, just a dribble on each of the thread here. Clean up the excess smear. Better for to go ahead and drop and dribble in there, although I might need to trim those down. And let's see, how long are these going to be out? Let's see how long these are. They may be too long. Probably gonna be, because they're 16 millimeters, so they didn't have anything shorter, at least not in stock. Oh yeah, way too long. So I'm gonna have to trim these off. I'm gonna need my 2 nuts again. I'm gonna trim these babies down, 2 of them, to the right length. Nuts. But we'll take them off. These need to be a little longer than the other ones. Maybe what I'll do is That's not long enough though. Okay. That should be pretty good. Glass. And get to these two. Okay. More you want me? And one more to go. Pretty good. A little clampy. And that's about there. About a smidge. That one off. Alrighty. That should deal with that. It's a little warm, not bad. Okay, those two. Now, should be able to drop a couple of drips in here. Drop that. Let it work its way down inside. Piece. Hopefully. I heard it fall. Let's see where it went. That's just the other little scrap piece. So not a biggie. Clean up the excess. Should be plenty. Now, just okay down there. Yeah, it's got enough in it. Slide these two babies together. Go ahead and get my longer bit out for this one. It's going to be that one here. Nope. Slide these puppies in. Same thing with these down here. Ooh. What? These are countersunks. Actually. I don't know that I have a couple M3 countersunks. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to get those. I thought those were standards, but they're not. They are a countersunk. I don't have anything but a stainless steel in a countersunk. That kind of sucks. I cut these 3 units wrong because I didn't have to cut them at all. I don't think that any of them, 4 of those. No. Well, the only thing I can do is go take a peek at my other bolts and see if I do have a couple countersunks that size, but I don't believe I do. Crapola. I forgot about that yesterday. I was looking for a couple countersunks and didn't find them. Use those. I don't think I got any of those. Okay, I think these are for the tranny, but I'm going to have to get some more anyways. So I'll go ahead and use those here. 2 longer ones and a couple shorter ones. Oh, longer ones, I'll slide in the ends, and I'll get some shorter ones all around and slide those in place all the way, because he's going to stick up a bit. Not much, but a little bit. I have to watch these things. Just about on. Things are slightly off a smidge here and there. This is go ahead and tighten this one up first. Short one in the middle. Lock that puppy down. Center things, pull them up the center. That one in. Pull that one in. Finish off a little hand tug. Yeah, those are way too long. Even that center one's too long, so I'm going to have to get a couple shorters in there. We're just sticking way up right now. You can see I'm sticking there 3 bolts right up in here. Right here. They're sticking way up there. There's a little better look at it sticking high. I'll have to get the shorter ones. Looks like some number 3 by 6 millimeters is all that needs. Those are good up front though, these top ones, so I can just pop those out and replace them as needed. Snug these up a smidge so everything's tight like it's supposed to be. Move to the next little spot, which really ain't too much more I can do. Get the servo mounted, because until I decide on my rear tranny, that's going to be the biggest question. So do I put the Proline 32 in there? I'm going mid motor, or should I go with the RPM? This is straight Proline all the way through, set up with the Proline spur gear and everything else, and then 500,000 weight diff. I've got a Traxxas tranny, which has a hot racing heavy duty differential locker in the diff, and I'm going to be running that with a stock slipper system. I may switch that over to the team associated slipper setup, but it's Traxxas right now. And then I have an RPM tranny that I have built up with 200,000 K in the diff, and then I'm going to put a spur eliminator, slipper clutch eliminator system on that one. So I've got 3 different options for trannies. The Proline does have fast eddy bearings in it, ceramic bearings. The other ones just have stock bearings in them right now. But if I stick with those, I probably will end up, yes, getting a ceramic setup, ceramic bearings for them, and redo them with ceramics all the way through. Only take a little bit to swap those out. There's only 6 bearings in them, so they're all the same size. Yeah, that works out real nice. That's super smooth, nice and snug, real well. Okay, so that's that. That's that. Now, that's the battery locator and foam pieces. To do a little setup and design and thinking on this for a smidge. So I guess, I mean, I could throw the servo in here and get that going. Although I do have the rest of the things. I'll finish working on the front end a little bit. We'll do a little bit more of the front end stuff. So that's for the steering. Let's get these things out. I've already have ceramic bearings. I got fast eddy ceramics I put in the bell crank, and of course the front and rear carriers. So these are all nice ceramic setups. Ooh. There's one problem. But these are TRX. These are Traxxas units. Let's see my other pieces. Make sure I'm doing this right, because I may be doing it wrong. I think I am right here. Yeah. Yep. Let's go in that piece. That's what it is. That's why I'm putting it on there backwards. So, you see my 2 small pins. because these should be going here. Boy, suckers, just get up there. Go like that. This issue before too, these things are just weren't long enough. And what I might end up doing is I might be able to trim just a little bit off this top piece here, thin that down, and allow those to slide in there a little bit deeper, because they don't like to go in too far. There, I can slide off the top. Maybe I'll do that. So I do it here. So the shoulder there, I got to get in there. So I get that shoulder sticking just slightly above the area there where the nut locks down to. That is pretty close. Yeah, I think I can do that on these things. Slide and take a little bit. Grab my file. Got a small one here. And file off some of this top side here. This side right there where the nut's going to go. Get that thinned down just a smidge. Just a little bit easier here. Down some. I'm just going to use this thing and move it down that way. Let's see where we're at. Quite there, but closer. Now, if I actually do a little bit of a countersink on that, on this side with just a small drill bit, I think I'll get it out. Let's double check. We can take it all off from the top. I'll be happy with that. Close. Now, like I say, if I do a little bit of a countersink, on this side, well, that had to slide in there a little bit. Much. Oh, it's slipping. It's still not too thin there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take a small drill bit and open this up. Okay, let's take a quick look here. Something like that. Let's see if this 3/16 is big enough. Not quite. Looks like 7:30 seconds it is. Okay. quite big enough. Up to the 15/64, I guess. Slightly bigger in the head size. So what I'm doing is drilling out this end here just a little bit, so that head of that STRC piece will ride in there. Just to open it up a hair. Just so that thing will slide up. There we go. Slide up in there a bit. Be a little recessed. And what that will do, that being recessed, there we go. Now we put a nut on it. Get the other ones cleaner. One. Seated. It's just a bit looser. Okay, that works out pretty well. Do the same thing with this one now. This side needs a little dude in there. No. Take that last little piece of plastic out of this thing. Okay, that's good for that one. Let's smidge off a little bit on this side. Okay. Okay, just nut on here straight. Okay. That one up, put that nut in a little farther, like this one is. Okay. Yep. Now, that was one of the other issues I had with the other ones. The STRC on the other pieces is these holes are too small. They're fine here, but too small on these, so they got to be drilled out. So that's the next step I got to do is drill those little puppies out. A small drill bit here. That didn't work on the Chuckworks rig when I did it. That's it. It feels pretty good. sure I might end up having it for neck size picker. So 9/64 or 1/8. Hopefully it don't cause too big an issue. Okay. Bingo. No. Alrighty. Let's go and tighten. Probably have to slide one little piece in there, but that ain't bad. It can wiggle a little bit. I might slide a piece of shim in there. All right, that is that. I'm kind of ready for the shocks up here, and of course the arms. That's kind of weird. Rubbing there a little bit. Doing the same thing on this side. I might end up having to shave off the top of that arm area there a little bit to get those to turn smooth. We're rubbing. Just a little bit. Okay. second. Okay. So now I have to do that before I put those in. I guess I could always leave them. Oh, you know what? I do. Those on the wrong sides, though. Yes, I do. That's part of the problem. Let's go ahead and fix that, because that'll probably make a big difference. At least it'll help. Actually, yeah, it's got to come right out. Got to come right out. Just realize I got them on the wrong ends. Sometimes it's good to check and double check and then triple check your things. Make sure you got them right. It's not hard sometimes to get things backwards and mixed up like I just did. Okay. Yeah, it's got to be completely swapped around. That's got to go right side. Right, red, Fred. For it to work, it's got to be slapped the other way too. Okay. Just things. Got these hooked together backwards. Just look at them. Done. Gotta undo them. Flip them around. Slide them back together. I'm going to thin this one up. Let's see. Fits in there. That's right. That'll work. So what I'm doing here is adjusting these things just a smidge. I think I'm going to have to, yeah. I'm going to thin this one off a bit. It's still way too thick, I think. Okay. Ruffle smidge. Okay. Scan, trim that out a bit so I get more nut bite. Just pull the pressure here until the carrier drops, and you know it's nice and free spinning. Oop. Finger out of the way. Snug, but no slop. That fits better. Hopefully it slides better now too. Don't seem to work right either. Still may end up having to shave the rear end of these arms a bit. I'm gonna have to. Maybe I did have them right the first time. I think now I'm looking at it, I think I did. Yep, I did. Well, color me foolish. Just have a right or left on them. But I'll double check to make sure. Double check to make sure. So I always pull up my instruction manuals for the bandit just to double check. If I need to. Slide this puppy out and look with this thing first. That's how it goes. That goes in there like this goes into like this. Not sure. Okay. Do a little bit of. That's how it goes, but it's a little bound out there. So those are. No, maybe not. Let me take it to the other side. It says right side though. I think that's how it goes. Don't believe they go in there like that. No, not at all. I'm going to have to take some of that inside of that arm out up in here to get that to go. Binding up in there. It should allow it to slide some. Let me see here. Slide it back together real quick to take a peek. No, I might have to take a peek at that just to double check. So these are all binding up there with these RPM arms up front. I think the Traxxas actually have a little bit more room in there. Slide these two parts together. And I'll have to do a little measuring and checking. I'll probably just take my Dremel and Dremel a little bit out of the inside of the A-arms up in this area. Right here on the A-arm on the inside edge there. Just to get that clear and be able to go down. But I don't know how much I'll be able to do. Because that thing kind of locks up right there too. Binds out. Those are the same distances up and bottom, so there ain't no top or bottom to that. No R's or L or anything on these things. They're pretty much uniform back and forth on each side. One thing's for sure. Those are not setting the way they are supposed to. So I'm going to have to get that done with too. That's one of the things about when you're putting, different manufacturer stuff together. Somebody's got extra tolerances, somebody doesn't. Sometimes you got too much tolerances on both sides, and you got to end up doing a little shimming or padding or reconfiguring because the things aren't quite right. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing here is I'll take some time and piss with this, do that all off camera. I'll have to do a little filing, and I'll show you guys what I ended up doing most likely. It's almost certainly what's going to end up happening. Copy. And we'll go from there. So there's an hour and a half on this one for a little bit of dicking around. Like one guy said, like watching grass grow, pretty much. Talk to you guys later.